Hey guys, it's Randy with Speckled Seahorse, and I want to come on and show you how to make these tags. I posted these on my Instagram page and posted them in the Facebook group Boho Daydreams. And it's the first thing that I've done for fall, and I just wanted to come on and show you guys how I did it. It's pretty simple. I'm using a file folder. I've kind of got myself set up here and to get ready to cut the file folder. So I'll show you these. So what I did is I took a file folder, a coffee dyed file folder, and I made cuts. And so I just took a tag that was like a merchandise tag. It was kind of a large one, and cut it down to size in sheets or strips of this coffee dyed file folder. At that point, you can see that my file folder is longer than my actual tag is, and so I didn't really want to cut it off, and so I just flipped it up to see what it would look like, and I thought, ooh, I'll make a pocket. So it worked out perfectly. So all I did was flip it over and cut these edges here with some wonky scissors. I don't know what you call them, little specialty scissors that we all used to use in scrapbooking. And then inked up the edges and put some napkin on it, and then decorated the pocket here and sewed it all together. So you have to do things, you have to do the pocket in a certain order, or else you sew the pocket shut. So I won't be sewing tonight unless I can get my camera moved over there. I'm not sure if I can, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. So inside the little pocket, I made these little books out of the scraps that I had left over. I just had some coffee dye paper lying around, and whatever I used on here, the scraps that I had left over, whatever they looked like, I just kind of stuck them in here and sewed this little book together. Just like that. I thought that was pretty, and then I put some sari bling on here on the outside. So then those just go in here just like that. I just thought that was a cute little addition to it. I've been really wanting to make a journal, an actual journal that's this size. Obviously, this would probably be like one signature, but I want to make a little teeny tiny journal. So maybe this is practice for that. Anyway, here's another one of the little books. Aren't they the cutest? So I will not try to jibber jabber a whole lot. I'll flip through these here so you can see them. The napkin that I used, let me grab that real quick and show you. It's a really pretty napkin that I got at Tuesday Morning Autumn Harvest by Michael Design Works, and it's really pretty. It's got the pumpkins. Oh, it's plastic. Ooh, okay. It's got a bird. It's got some gourds, some pumpkins, some pretty fall foliage. I just thought they were really pretty, and I was kind of saving them for something special. And then I'm having to make some tags for something, and so I thought, well, heck, I'm going to use those. And I tried to use them in different areas, like so they wouldn't all look the same. So I've got the little bird here, I've got him down here. At one point I didn't even use the bird. You can kind of see his tail here, but I took more of the other section of the napkin out. Same there. Here's another bird where I've got the gourd in the center and the front there, and kind of off to the side here. So you could play with it and place it however you like. It can be totally random, or you can try to place the image wherever you want to. So without further ado, let's get to cutting this file folder here. It is a little thick, but I was able to do it when I did these, and so I'm going to try it again and see what happens. So I'm just lining up my tag. You know me, I don't like to measure. I'm not Miss Exacto. I can't stand that unless it's really simple. So that just won't be happening on my channel. Make sure everything's down. Run it back one more time. Yeah, that worked out good. So essentially what I have here is 2 tags. So we'll just cut it down the middle here. I'm just going to keep going on this. Not that we're going to get to this many, but I'll go ahead and get them cut. I don't know if you guys have coffee dyed file folders before, but they come out looking all kinds of cool. I mean, look over there. You just never know what it's going to look like, but it really takes the coffee really well. Okay, there's another 2. And I didn't worry about here. You know, I just left it. These aren't perfect, you know, over here. I didn't cut that off. I didn't do anything, like, as you can see. I just left it right here because I wanted you to be able to tell it was a file folder. So let's keep going. So the weather is finally turned here in North Carolina. I've heard some other places up north have snow. I think I heard Oregon has snow. And I'm not sure if Montana did. I'm not really ready for that yet. But I am glad that the 90-degree weather is over. Here I go on a girls trip every year with my friends, and we just got back, and it never fails every time we go, because we always go this time of the year that, you know, we leave wherever we're going because we're always going somewhere tropical. And when we come back, we're freezing to death because wherever we left was, you know, 95 degrees and sunny. And then we come back here. Oh my gosh, one time it was like 40 degrees. I was about to freeze to death. This little piece, I don't really have a use for it right now, but I will save it. And I've got another one over here and use it for something else. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut these this way. But we came back this year and we had, it was nice for maybe one day. And, well, when I say nice, it was probably in the 80s one day. And then the next day was in the 70s. So, yet again, we have brought in the cold snap to North Carolina via our girls trip. So, we went to Antigua this year, and let me tell you, it was hot. The weather said it was 80-some degrees there. It didn't feel 80. It felt like it was 95. It was really hot, and I don't know, maybe it was because the air conditioning in our resort wasn't really hitting on much. Well, hello, Mr. Camera. Good save. Okay. I need a good camera setup. I don't have one right now. I'm using one of these Socialite camera holders, stick things, and so sometimes it works pretty good, and other times when I'm trying to do something like use that paper cutter, it's not all that great because it gets in the way. Okay, so I've got my flat iron on. Got my napkin that I'm going to use over here. And I picked another one just at random that I have received in a swap. And I'm just going to go with that. So I'm going to take the first file folder. I'm going to leave the coffee side, the better, like the outside of this on the back, because when I put the napkin on it, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. So this is a different size file folder than I had worked on previously. This is a legal size, and so it does have a bit of a wonky thing right here. So let me see if I can find my, oh yeah, my corner cruncher muncher thing here. And I think I will do that for it there. And then what did I do with these scissors? That's a good question. I should have done that before I started this video, but no, I didn't. So, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Ah, here they are. Those kind of scissors, that's what I'm talking about. I think we all had those scrapbooking. So I'm just going to take this and run it across here and create just a little wonky edge on it. I could leave it straight and it wouldn't matter. I don't know. I just saw these sitting over there and I thought I would use them. I just, oh, there it is. Lost my paper scrap. Okay, so you can kind of see how far down you need to go with the napkin. You know, I just went down a little bit further than the edge, you know, so I didn't miss and come up short. So I have a video out already of how I do my napkin decoupage, which is, I guess, not really decoupage, but I use a glue stick, and that's what I have my flat iron for. So I'm just gonna kind of place this around and see how I want this to look and how far down I'm going. I think I might come up some here. So that looks pretty good. I think I'm just going to mark right here so I know how far to go down when I put it back on. Okay, now I'm just going to take my glue stick, and this is Craft Bond all-purpose glue stick. And just go over, all over, not past that line. Getting goop all over my table. But these tables are really easy to wipe off, so not really that worried about it. They're old school lunch tables. I found them at an estate sale. Alright, so now I'm going to come back and lay my napkin down. Kind of start over here, you know, and go that way, or you can start in the middle and go out if you have a smaller piece, but obviously this is a large piece and a little more difficult to do that with, so I don't cut it until I get it on there, just in case I mess up. And this is a really nice time saver. you know, when you're decoupaging things, it takes time to dry, and you can't really move on to the next step until that happens. So this is definitely a time saver. And I like to decoupage, don't get me wrong, just like the next person does, but a lot of times I don't have a lot of time to craft, and so when I'm crafting, that time is at a premium for me, and I really have to get some stuff done. So taking that extra step to decoupage, I mean, I would probably have to heat dry it or wait and leave that until the next day, or be up till 1 o'clock in the morning. So, which I have done. So the trick to this is you want to get a good seal on that glue. And so right here I've got some work that I need to do on the edge, so I'm just gonna take that and hit it right there and kind of go around, see if I've missed anything. For some reason the edges don't like to get got. Okay, the here always usually bonds pretty good. So what I'm going to do with my flat iron is I'm going to take this napkin. Now this one, it has some texture to it, but there's a couple little wrinkles, and sometimes you might not get your napkin perfect. So what you can do, this is accomplishing two things really. First thing is it's setting the bond with the glue and the paper and the napkin. The second thing is it's taking your wrinkles out. So if you have a bad wrinkle, just gently pull on the flat iron. You know, you don't want to pull too hard, and that wrinkle will magically disappear. And it's dry, and I can work right away. So there's how she looks. I've been listening to Luna Rosu Sheena. I wish I could get that little piece right there. She cracks me up. She's like, and here's how she looks. Everything is a she. There we go. Okay, that just looks silly. Oh well. Okay. So now my next step is to get some pieces and figure out what I want to cover this up with, because that's where the boho comes in. I'm using these pieces, a little bit of bling on it, some falls, you know, some colors you pull out of the napkin to get the colors or the effect that you want. My throat is sore since the weather's changed. I'm having to drink tea with honey in it. Okay. So that looks pretty. And then, you know, I've just got a plethora of stuff here. Got some, have a piece of Sorry somebody gifted me, and then Sheila's bling, and, you know, random fabrics that I thought the colors went really well. Got the purple, the green, the gold, this peach, orangey color. I wish I had a darker burgundy. I thought I had a piece yesterday. What did I do with it? Oh, it's in here. Yeah, here we go. So this is some burgundy. Kinda. And I've got this piece too. That's pretty. Okay. So I kind of just start placing it down, seeing what my eye likes. piece is, it's like, I think the underneath piece of something. Where'd my scissors go? So I just cut it right there. That needs to be the very middle, maybe. I think I'm gonna go with the gold. This is some really pretty fabric that I think my friend Annette gave to me. It's very old and fragile, but it's gorgeous. I like the way it tears. Oops, wrong scissors. Okay. So, let's see. Maybe right there. And then you just start layering up. And you're really just layering up your colors. Not looking for perfection. I like the rough edges. I think it gives it a lot of character. Alright, and then so I like that. And then I need something for in there. Not sure I like that. It's dark, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm probably throwing shadows all over the place, but can't help it. That picks that up and brings it down here. That's kind of pretty, but I don't know that I want it on there. So maybe I could just do it with that. Don't know. Let's sift through some stuff here. I got this peachy thing. No. This is what takes me forever. I can't ever decide. I wonder, do I want to put this bling in here? Haven't used that yet. That makes it darker, doesn't it? Wow. Okay. What about this? That's cute. Oops, it's backwards. I kind of like that. Do I like this? I wish y'all could tell me. Okay guys, I had to stop that video yesterday because I got interrupted, and so I'm back this evening to hopefully finish this up and just kind of take up where I left off last time. So what I did in the interim is this evening I put together some swatches of things that I thought that I might use instead of just winging it like I was going to do last night. And it will save some time because I'm real indecisive when I'm putting stuff together, and it takes me a really long time to figure out what I like and if I think it looks good and such. So hopefully this will save some more time, and hopefully this video won't take 4 days to upload, because I'm gonna have to put them together and then upload it to YouTube, and then it upload for y'all. So we'll see how it goes. So I've found some really pretty trim in Sheila's trim bundle that she sent me last, and I cut a piece off of it here. It was this one. It was in the flowers trim bundle, that really pretty one with all the beautiful colors in it. And I saw this white, or off-white. It's not quite cream, it's probably off-white, and I really like it on here. I think it makes this kind of more boho-y. And so this is what I'm going to put on here. So before I do that, I've cut my little, used my little scissors here. You can see that to make it a little interesting on the edges. But I'm going to just take my ink, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to, you know, use the ink pad like this, because I don't really care if it gets on it. I think it adds to it. Now that you're not going to see, so I'm not concerned about that. But I want to give this some dimension. And I love the way, you know, it just kind of outlines it. Okay. So that is good. So I'm going to take a piece of this green lace, and I'm going to put that on there. And I usually sew this on. So what you would do is layer your pieces up however you like them. I think I'm going to flip that over that way, or this way. And then that way the little uneven piece right here, when I put this flower down, it will offset over here. So I think I like that. So what I would do at this point is go and sew around here. You know, open the flap up, and then you're going to sew around here. So once you do that, I usually use a decorative stitch around here, and then I go back and then I stitch a straight stitch around just to hold the pocket together, and then I haven't sewn my pocket down and shut when I sew on the embellished pieces. So that one is that pretty much without the sewing, and so that's what that one is going to look like. And then let's just take a little book. I'll show you how I did that. So I pre-prepped this as well. So I just had some regular material, this purple material, which is really pretty, and I cut it to the size that I wanted, and it really just started out as some scraps. So these are the pieces that I kind of had left over from what I cut to use on top of the pocket. So whatever I had at the original point in time, that's the size that I made my little books. So I just continued that on as I cut bigger pieces, and you know, the edges or the offshoots or whatever you want to call it, I just made this little book out of it. So I went to my sewing machine and I sewed around it here in a zigzag stitch. So did I do, not all of them I did in a zigzag stitch, some of them I did in a straight. This one I did zigzag. And then you're just going to take your paper, and I took some coffee dyed paper and I cut it into strips. So here is just about how, let's see if I can find my ruler here. What did I do with it? Yeah, it's not here. Oh, it's over here. Okay, so the little book, the width of that is 1 3/4, and so I cut the little, trust me, I didn't measure. This is like not quite 1 1/2, but I wanted to leave some around the top and around the bottom so that, you know, the pages didn't stick out. And I just kind of eyeballed it the first time I did it, and then cut the rest of the strips that way too. I did that with the fabric, and I did that with the strips. And then what I did is I took these little scraps that I had left over from cutting the embellishments to put on the pockets, and then I just started layering it up. So whatever I had, I just put a little piece of fabric in between. So I can do that one there. And so I'm just going to come back and trim the excess fabric off carefully because I don't want to cut the paper. And then what I would do is I would take this, put it in the book cover, that is, and then just run a straight stitch down the middle, and then there I have my little book. And so not hard at all. If you can sew a straight line or a crooked line like me, because I can't sew a straight line, then you can do that. And then what I did is I just took a little piece of embellishment and added it on here. So let's see here. I think I had some smaller pieces of this somewhere. Here's kind of my junk bowl, which is, there's no junk in here, but it's all my little scraps. And yeah, I'll just pull that out. I know I've told you guys this before, but always keep your scraps because they come in so handy. See, like that? Just put that on there, and that's going to be a beautiful little book. I really like that. That's going to turn out pretty. So that is that. Maybe I might just go ahead and take you over to my sewing machine. This is going to be tricky, y'all. Let me see if I can do it without making y'all drunk or, I don't know, kind of losing the whole video. Okay, let's see. Hold on, y'all. Here we go. Get all my junkety junk. Ta-da! That wasn't so bad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the little book first. I've got some purple thread in there and some burgundy in the spool. What do you call that thing? The bobbin. And so I'm not really worried about anything matching too bad. Get that straight, okay? And then just gonna start with a straight stitch. And find the middle there. Make sure everything's lined up. Halfway decent. This doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to go back. And then, ta-da, I have a little book. Now, I love these rough edges on here. Sometimes I'll pull like the bigger strings off, but I love when it frays, but I also love that the sewing, that zigzag stitch is going to stop it, so it's going to give it a little bit of a raw edge, and it's going to look pretty cool. So let's sew this pocket now. Get my placement on here. I like for it to stick out at the bottom so you can see all the colors. Let's just see how this will work. So I might consider the whole thing at one time. So I think I'm just gonna do a zigzag from the top and see what happens. Okay, so let's see what happened there. So I'm certain that I didn't catch everything in there because I didn't follow this. Actually, I didn't go across the top at all. So I could either leave that and I could put the little book down in there, or it could be an additional pocket if I wanted to, or I could sew it up. Get this off. And this thread I put into this box, and I make my texture art with that. I say art loosely. I think I'm going to leave that so you can see where I sewed around. Nothing is exact, you know, it's just not. It doesn't have to be. And then there you go for your little pocket. And so then what I'm going to do, I probably could have done this all together on this one had I known that's what I was going to do, but I'm just going to run a little straight stitch on the edge and seal up the pocket. On the other ones that I made, I did a lot of following the pattern. So let me grab one and show you. So see right here, I followed the little piece of fabric that I added on here as an embellishment, and I followed this one as well and that one, which is why you wouldn't sew that down, because you would close your pocket up. And then I came back with an embellished stitch around the edge on that one. I did the leaves. So you can mix it up. You know, there's really no right and wrong way. Just make sure you don't close your, sew your pocket closed. So we'll just cut these off. Put them in my scraps. And let's see, do I have anything else to sew right now? I don't think so. So we're going to go back over here and get that finished up. There we go. Okay. All right, so I think I'm just going to fabric tack this, where'd my little book go? This little book together, or this little applique on this book. Okay, I can't talk tonight. Okay. After I've had a day of talking on the phone a lot at work, a lot of times I just can't talk. When I get home, I'm just, you know, I have no verbalization skills. I think we're going to go that way. And whip out the Fabri-Tac because that's my favorite. If you're just watching for the first time, I love Fabri-Tac, and most everything I do is with fabric and paper. And you can use Fabri-Tac to put fabric to paper, or you can use it for fabric to fabric. I even use it for beads to fabric, and that works pretty cool. Also, with the weather change, I have this yucky, scratchy throat. So I'm sorry that I'm clearing my throat a little bit. I know it's a pain, but I don't really have a choice, so sorry about that. Okay. Even those little teeny tiny scraps I'll put in this box here. I don't have any fiber art to show you, or a little textile piece to show you that I've done, but oh my gosh, it's my favorite thing to do. I'm getting an itching to do another one, so hopefully I'll be showing you one of those soon, either on my Instagram or in the Facebook group that I'm in, Boho Daydreams. And I usually post to other places too. See, here's our little book. Isn't that cute? With the little slivers of fabric coming out of there. I just think it's adorable. Okay. So in that goes, and now I just need to put some seam binding. I'm gonna get my little pumpkin off of there. See what color I want to use. I think this one would go good with this. Maybe that and some green. Yes, the lighter green. So I'm just going to take a couple of pieces of that. It doesn't have to be very long, and you can use yarn. You can use all kinds of things. You don't have to use seam binding. It just happens to be what I have on hand. And then I'm going to cut a couple pieces. My original ones, I just put one piece in, but sometimes I want to bring in two colors, or when I can't decide what color I like. It might be helpful if I pop the little hole in there, wouldn't it? Let's see here. And I put it a little good ways down, like not too close to the top, so it doesn't tear when you put your tie in it, whatever you're using. You could put lace or whatever. I'm trying to go for a boho vibe here, so I was just thinking that this would probably be the best thing to do. And then, ta-da! There's a complete finished one. Isn't that pumpkin pretty? You got a couple little pieces of bling on there. I had tried to get a little bit of paint, and I even got out some shimmer that you could rub on it, but the napkins don't take it like this. I think I would have to Mod Podge them with actual Mod Podge to get that shimmer to show up. So this is definitely a full-on matte project. I couldn't get it to work, neither the acrylic paint or the little shimmer stuff. So I guess we're just going to be flat. So there's that one all done. And let's see, I've successfully made a mess over here. Maybe I'll make one more with you, and then that will do it for this. I think you get the idea anyway. I don't want to keep you guys forever, and I am kind of slow. I think I'm going to do this one because I like the file folder effect of it. Let's see. Let me get that pumpkin out of the way. What part of the nap? Ooh, look at that green. Let's see. Flip it up. That would be gorgeous. Maybe we will play down the pumpkin over there and do the green. So let me see how far up I need to flip this. And it really doesn't matter how long you choose to do your tag. I feel like, yeah, this one is going to be taller because of this. And it was the back piece of the file folder, so it was a little bit taller anyway, which doesn't matter. But I do, like I said before, like to put the prettiest coffee dyed piece on the back. So when you flip it over, that's there as well. You could also, well, no, you can't do it on this. I was going to say you could sew writing lines on here, but then when you did your napkin, that would mess it up. I guess you could take a stamp or just draw lines in it so you could write on the back of it, either way. Okay, so let's see. Love that green gourd thingy. How far up do we want? I like that pumpkin stem though too. Let's see. That's pretty good. It's still more pumpkin though, isn't it? So maybe I need to go this way. Yeah. That gets more of that. Okay. So where is my handy dandy glue stick? Let's get that out of the way. I didn't make my line, so I don't know how far down I'm going. Does that tell you how random I am? I just do. I don't know, I just think crafting is supposed to be fun and you're not supposed to worry about rules, and I have rules at work, and you know I don't want to have rules when I'm doing this, so sometimes I might do something totally different. So if you're one of those X-Acto people, I'm sure I'm driving you nuts, and I apologize, but I can't help it. Okay. So let's cut this off. If nothing else, it's giving you a chance to look at pretty fall colors if your leaves haven't turned like mine haven't. I was talking to my husband today. We have a lot of oaks in our yard and in our woods around our home, and we don't have a lot of maples. We have a couple, but you know, the maples are the ones that are famous for the beautiful golden color, and the oaks just aren't. And so we get a little bit of a show in our yard, but I don't know, it just kind of seems to be more of a blah thing. Have to drive down the road to get the pretty leaves. So I'm enjoying these napkins because they are very colorful, and hopefully our leaves won't turn straight to brown and fall off. Ooh, uh-oh. I was talking and messed that up. Let me see if I can fix that with my flat iron. Let me get on that right now. Got it pretty good. It's not perfect. That is, again, the great thing about this way of doing this. It covers up a multitude of mistakes. So you can't even really see that now, unless you know it's there. And I think what I'm gonna do is, where did the scraps go already? I'm gonna take a little piece over here and see if I can't fill that in. Just a random little piece. Let's see what happens. I'm sure that's too big. There we go. Ta-da! Perfecto. And then we'll take this and seal it a little bit. Look at there. Can't even tell. I love it. I'm going to cut these off. You tell I'm really concentrating, I'm not talking. Ugh, these file folders make for a little bit of challenge cutting that off. Okay. So we got that, and let me do this. These are not the best scissors. They're trying to fall apart on me. Only go across so far, but okay. It's wonky, but I don't care. It's kind of gonna be covered up a little bit with the fabric anyway. Get my distress ink. Get the town on that. So I was tagged to do the 10 crafty questions, I think is what it's called. So that will be my next video probably. And I don't think I'm on good there. I just have to think of the answers to all the questions. I mean, I pretty much know, but you know how you get on the video and you forget stuff, so I'm gonna have to write it down. But I was tagged by Sheila at Boho Daydreams, and I learned something new about her. I thought her name was her name, but her name is not her name. It's something else. So learn something new every day. All right. So let's see what we want to put on here. So we got green, so I don't want to put green on there. Ooh, that purple would look good with maybe the gold. That's too big. Cut these big because I wasn't sure if I was going to use it as a bottom piece or a top piece. Oh, I like that. Love that purple on there with that. And then do I need something on top? Definitely need something, but what? I don't know. And I cut some of this off again. This bling. Just can't decide if I like it or not. All these sequins. Oh my goodness, this is stringy. I kind of like that. It's very dark. What do y'all think? Might need something to lighten that up, so I could use another one of these. What do you think? That is very boho. Or I tried this before. Obviously, I don't like the netting around here. I'd have to take the netting off, fussy cut around that, and do this. Oh, I like that. Okay, that.
I can't connect to your Wi-Fi network.
Okay,
You can
Alexa.
find setup instructions in the help section of your Alexa app.
I don't know why she keeps coming on. I must have said something like her name, but I don't recall doing that. Maybe. I don't know. She's always listening, people. Okay. So I'm going to take this piece off and then kind of cut here. I don't want to do a straight cut. I'm going to do a rip and see what we got. That's still a little big. I hear my kitty cat over there. I don't know what he's doing. Hey, Billy Bill. Oh, all the animals are coming to see me. I still need some more. Taking off. Billy, what are you doing? Okay. Alrighty. This is amazing fabric here. This is hard to tear though. I think I need to see more of the purple. This fabric right here seems so fragile and delicate, and then you go to try and tear it and it's a bear. Okay, that's better. Okay, and then this. Try this. I could go a little smaller. Ooh, these scissors are not good at cutting these sequins. Okay. And then, what did I say? Oh, this. Okay, yeah. Look at my mess already. Whew. I am good at making a mess, y'all. If I am good at nothing else, I am good at the mess making. So, I don't want to go around every little thing. I'll be here forever. Let's see what it's going to look like. Oh yeah, that's still pretty. Okay. I think I'll just do two. Get around here a little bit. In the bottom. Obviously, I'm going to have to glue this piece on. There's no way that I'm going to be able to sew that on. So, get all these strings over here in my little gold mine box of fibers. Okay. And let us sew this on. Do y'all want to come with me? Let's do it. Okay. Take your Dramamine. Here we go. Look at that. That wasn't so bad again. Okay. Alrighty, so I think I am gonna sew around. Am I? Can I get it all in? Probably not. Let's do this. Alright, let's see if I can not kill my needle. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's working pretty good. It's kicking out the sequins like, I don't want you, I don't like you. I'll get that better in a minute. And get off all those rejects sequins, and then I'm going to go ahead with the straight stitch around the edge. Well, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to do my straight stitch. Because that would just be dumb, wouldn't it, to do it twice. Okay. Now this one I like loose, so I'm kind of going to flip that up. You can see what I'm doing there. I'm just taking that yellow piece and folding it over. Wow. My camera's trying not to focus, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Get that up because I want that to be loose on this side too. Ooh, hopefully that's not gonna get all wonky with the foot. Okay, that was good. Okay. So there we have that. And while I'm over here, I'm going to sew the little book. So I'm just going to grab one of these pieces. Now normally I would do these all at one time, but just for the sake of the video, we'll do it like this. I'm going to do a zigzag stitch, just all the way around. I mean, you could get all kinds of creative with this little book too. Or this little cover, I mean. You could put another piece on the inside, and it could be different on the inside. Piece of lace or whatever. Okay. So there's that. And we'll head back over here. Close your eyes or whatever you need to do. Because here we go. Okay. Seriously need one of those overhead arms so that I can just move this thing. But I don't have that yet. And I haven't quite figured out what to attach anything to or anything like that. I don't have that all worked out yet. I haven't thought it through. And I was doing fine until I haven't done a video in a while. Then I forgot how to set my camera up properly. So y'all will just have to bear with me. So Fabri-Tac onto the bling onto this side over here. That mesh with the Fabri-Tac, it likes to come through a little bit, so you just have to let it sit. While we're doing that, I'll cut my hole, or punch my hole. And figure out what color seam binding I want, and that is a dark green. There's a dark green now. I think I'll use the dark green and the dark, what is this called? Orange flame for these. My scissors. Okay. You know, obviously you do a little assembly line at home process. You know, you cut everything out, you add the napkins, you get your fabrics together, punch all your holes, you know, all at one time, so you don't have to do it like I'm doing, but I'm just not doing a little manufacturing process for you. I want to make sure that you can see the process as we go. Alright, so there's that. I didn't tie that very well. Okay, yeah, or at all, very well. Let's try that again. Maybe I'll do it this way. Let's see if this works. I may have cut these too short. That may be the problem. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it is a little short, but it'll be okay. You get the idea. And then, where's my paper for my book? Oh, okay, here's some. Here's some. Thought I had more than that. 1, 2, 3. I usually put about 4 pieces in there. This is how I cut the paper. Just like that. And then just kind of flip it around for the coffee dyed pieces. Fold it over and then just compare it to the size of the book. Oh yeah, and that's perfect. And then put some little slivers of fabric. Need one more piece. A small one. I like that one. Let's see. Got to be something over here. We'll do this purple piece. And since I already moved my camera, I'm not going to move it on you again. I know I had a paper clip somewhere. Here we go. So we'll just pretend this is sewn. And then let's find some bling. Put some of this on. That's pretty. That is so pretty on that purple. Maybe I'll do that all the way around that book. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's remove the sewing. And continue across the back. Probably could stand to use a little more sequins, but it'll be okay. And there we go. We have our little book. And it matches. Ta-da! Gosh, I love that purple. Isn't that elegant? I love that. It kind of makes me need to do something else with that purple. Wow. Okay, so here we go, guys. Here's our tags. And I hope you enjoyed this and will try this. And if you do, please tag me or leave me a message in here that you have made some, and so I can go check them out on your channel. Or tag me on Instagram. I'm Speckled Seahorse. And please, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and like this video, and tell me if you like the Boho fall fabric tags. And again, let me know if you're going to try some and what you're going to use them for. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. It's Thursday evening. The weekend's coming up. I will be talking to you on my 10 crafty questions. Thanks. Bye.